Hello. Good morning. It's 9:45. I'm TK and this is Coach on the Rocks. Lovely to see you back. Yeah, it's great to be back after a bit of traveling. So here I am. Hopefully you are having a wonderful week. So yesterday on my travels, I've read a very recent and interesting article by Stav. Her wonderful name is Stav Atir and David Duig. So David Dunning is of David Dunning's fame of Kruger-Dunning effect about leaders or great leaders being able to recognize the limits of their knowledge. Check out her profile. She probably has the linked article there. And I fully agree. This is how you can tell a leader is great, that they can recognize how much they know and how much competence they actually have, right? Because you can't know and you can't do everything. And being a leader is taking the responsibility and knowing that's the case. I remember when I was quite young, my first job, I was like half a year in, and a new director of a business unit came in, and we had a meeting. I remember one of my colleagues addressed him formally and said, no, just call me by first name on a first name basis. And after a while, when we talked, he asked us a question: what is he supposed to do in this case, right? It's like a genuine question, genuine ask for advice. I was taken aback a bit. I didn't know what to say. It's like the first time a senior leader has asking me, a lowly individual contributor, a young person, for advice. I can't remember if I definitely said something. I don't think it wasn't absolutely brilliant, but it probably wasn't that terrible. But I still remember the moment and how surprised I was by that. And, well, maybe this is unfortunately the first time I've met a good leader. And I've known ever since that that's actually quite okay. But the fact that I was surprised means that culturally, myself and many people are thinking that leaders are supposed to have all the answers. And that's the problem. Not the fact that leaders should know their limits, which is absolutely true, but I think there's a bigger thing that pushes them to have this overconfidence about what they do, which essentially is people expecting them to have all the answers. And if you're a leader that knows your limits, that might be a bit of a problem for you. How do you deal with the fact that people just expect you to have the answers, just constantly asking you for direction, about knowledge, constantly referring to you for most decisions? Well, you would say delegate, which is obviously cool, right? People will know that they need to make decisions on the appropriate level, but still, in their minds, because you're the leader, they will ask. They will defer to you. They will think that you know better. Not everyone, not in all cultures. I get that, right? And with experience, people will get that. But unfortunately, many people will struggle. And I don't mean leaders. Many people that look up to you for leadership will struggle to get that. I will still expect that. And this is a difficult conversation to have, right? Because, you can do a coaching style, you can ask a question back. You can demand that they think before they ask questions. Or you can just give feedback. You can just say, hey, Mr., Madam, you, I can see you're asking me a lot of questions. I can see you deferring to me on many occasions. This is just what you just did. It's one of the examples. When you do that, I think that on many occasions, like on this one, I think you might actually know better than I do. I feel like you might be abdicating your responsibility there. You might be stepping away from being an expert and asking me to tell you. I'm not. And I would like to ask that you consider it when asking me in the future for knowledge, decisions. Maybe you are the better person to do that. In many cases, you are, like this one. Please do that. I really value your knowledge, your expertise, your responsibility, you taking ownership, it's something I greatly admire, I value, and I believe that this is something we expect in this organization. We do. This is the culture I want to create in my business unit. You can say a thing like that. Chances are it will work. I've seen it work. With some, you'll need to reinforce it. You'll need to repeat it because old habits die hard, and the ingrained culture is so that they really believe that they need to refer to you. It is what it is. But do mind the self-fulfilling prophecy, because if you know your limits, that's great. If you're conscious about what the article says, have a read. It's amazing. But it's really hard to push it away when people are constantly reinforcing the negative behavior in you. Take responsibility. Help them to see that you need to create another culture. Help them to see that the culture you want to see, the behavior you want to see is different. Model the right behavior. Maybe model the right behavior with your own leader to show that you're not only telling, but actually walking the path. With that, as always, lovely to see you. Give me a comment, give me a message. I'm always happy to chat. And I hope to see you again tomorrow for the next Coach on the Rocks. Bye-bye.